But if I pass out, that's who I want to be stuck with.
Yeah, no, he has all of the
He
things.
has all of the things. The reason why I'm very excited to have you, Hope, Jay, and Daddy Rod in this conversation is because y'all are on the opposite end of the dating spectrum. Y'all ain't in the dating pool like we are, the single girls, right? So Hope, help me understand. You and your husband now were traveling very frequently when you started. What does a first date look like when you have such hectic schedules?
So at the time, he was in preparation to be a firefighter. And so his schedule was like really tight. And it
Your
was
husband
also
is
really,
if I pass out, that's who I want to be stuck with.
yeah, no, he has all of the things.
He has all of the things. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
he has all of the things. But we had to kind of catch each other. So I was working during the day, and then after that, I was going and doing like 2, 3 hour long conversations on different platforms
Mm-hmm.
every single day. And so we decided that our time frame was gonna have to be on a Friday night around like 8 o'clock after both of us had had a nap. And he had to drive from like Baltimore. So
How
our
far is
first
that for the
date,
people who aren't in the area? How far is Baltimore to where you are?
depending on traffic, it was like an hour 45 minutes.
Okay,
It just depended. Um, but on a Friday night, it's like an hour and a half because people trying to get into DC. So
got
it
it.
was always like a really long thing. But our first date was at my house, and we agreed to like watch a
Was it in a
documentary that we
tub?
both. It was not in a tub, and the clothes were on.
Got it.
It was not in it was not in a tub. And I wanted him to meet at my house because at the time I had a roommate and it was a trans man and his son who I trusted. So just in case like anything jumped off and I felt unsafe, I had 2 men in the house with me that I knew would like, come outside swinging.
Yes.
Um and so he comes over after both of us had a nap and it was really great. And we turned on this documentary and we watched this documentary about, I think it was like tigers or something like that because we were both just like we big old nerds over here, child. And so we watching this documentary and there was something about like the way that like the male tigers operated versus the way that the female tigers operated, and we got into a debate and I kicked him
Okay.
out
Oh,
about
I thought
tigers.
you was gonna be like, and I took him to the tub.
I'm so weak.
No,
Okay,
Man
tell me.
said I kicked him out.
absolutely
That
not.
was a good
No
debate.
shade to the tub. Now, granted enough, the tub that's a memorable first date, but a tiger documentary as well. That's my kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so the question for y'all, Daddy Rod, and I hope I'll stay with y'all, is because you are in relationships, right? Both of you have experience either in long distance or currently in a long distance relationship. Do you think they obviously they work, but how do you make them work? If you gave one piece of advice, Hope, to make a long distance relationship work, what would it be? Tell me the tea, Hope.
Communicate. Communicate. I talk to my husband every day, at least 3 times a day, and we're purposeful about that. And when we don't have the capacity for that, we also name that. But what I do to also like circumvent moments where I might be busy or moments where I can't like respond right away is that I also have things that are set up in my phone, like shortcuts. So whenever my husband texts me, "I love you," he gets an "I love you" text back, whether I'm actually touching my phone or not. So he'll never feel like he has to wait for that. So any message that my husband sends that has the words "I love you" in them, he gets a message automatically back from me.
Like that.
Every morning at 8 a.m., there's a shortcut that sends him a good morning text message. And every night at 9:30 p.m., he gets a message from me that says, "Good night, my love." And he never has to worry about whether or not he's been on my
You
mind
got a
because I
Genius
literally
bar over there. You got a whole goddamn Apple store at your house.
I
look,
love it.
I programmed him into my life because I never want him to feel like he's not important to me.
You've
So
programmed.
outside
That's the
of,
T-shirt, sis. That's the T-shirt.
yeah.
I've programmed him into my life.